Hey everybody, I'm Chanel and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do a no makeup look. So I'm doing this because I have a lot of friends that have children right now and I do not. So I have more time to apply my makeup, whereas you don't. So I'm going to show you a quick summer tutorial for natural makeup and it will take less than 5 minutes, so stay tuned. Okay, so first you want to prime your skin. You can either do it with a moisturizer or a primer to keep it on really good. I use the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. I absolutely love this because it's gel based, it's oil free, but it's very hydrating. So it also has illuminating finish, so that's why I like it a lot. You can find tinted moisturizers with Laura Mercier. Any other brands that are at Sephora or Macy's, you can definitely find them. This is just my personal favorite. I really like it. So for me, I like to usually apply it with a brush, but since you mummies are on the go, I would just go ahead and squirt just a little bit on the fingertip here. You hardly need anything at all, just this much. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to rub it in my fingertips, and then I'm just going to go ahead and put it all over my face like so. Okay. All right, first step done. Pretty simple, huh? Yeah, you guys can do it. Okay, so after that, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is put a little bit of concealer on. So I'm gonna be going ahead and putting concealer on in an upside down triangle, and I will be doing it for both sides. So usually when I do this, I'll do it up here, down my nose, here, like by my Cupid's bow, but I wanna make this really simple for you guys because I know how hard it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a concealer brush. I'm using the NYX Light Palette, and I'm using this shade right here. So what I'm just going to go ahead and do is just dab it, and then I'm going to go ahead and go downwards. So draw kind of downwards, if you will, if you can see. So that way it just brightens up the eye area. You're not looking like you got punched in the face, or especially with me, I got fair skin, so that's the hardest part. But as you see, I'm going up along the cheek line here, so I'm doing all the triangle above underneath my eye, so then that way it's going to make it more even than just right underneath it. So as I'm going again, I am just going to do the same thing on this side and just go straight down. And then just kind of go up like a V up on the cheekbone, like where you put a highlighter. And then I like to just go back and add just a little bit more because I'm so fair and my dark circles are terrible. So there's so many different ways you can blend this. Since you guys are on the go, you could either dab with your finger, so go like this, like I'm doing right now, and then just dab it onto your eye, and make sure you dab it on the edges really good just to make sure that it's not completely two different colors and it's blending in really well. Okay, so there's that. So since I have all of this done already, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows. You don't have to do this. If you're in a rush, skip it. It's not a big deal. I just like doing it because I have the time. But so what I usually use is the Anastasia Brow Pomade in Dark Brown. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get my angled brush and dip it in here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and measure out my eyebrows. So this is where I'm gonna start out. This is where the arch should be, and then this is how far I can go out. So just kind of use that as a basic tool for you as you're going. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is start doing light strokes. And I know, as I said, I have more time than you guys do. So when it comes to eyebrows for you guys, I would go ahead and just fill in the brows. Don't worry about shaping them. Don't worry about putting concealer on the outside so it stays. You're on a mom on a go, you gotta go. So just do something as simple as you can, just like what I'm doing. So you're just kind of following your brow line and then just filling in the hairs you have. It's more natural looking too, rather if you put the full product on there. So you kind of have more of a natural brow going on. Whereas you can see this side, I made really dark and dramatic. So you can kind of see the difference here, how you want to go more of a natural when you're going to do a natural makeup. So since that's done, and I just did that really, really quick, the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do now is get a felt tip brush. And I personally like to use, I have a really slender one, but it's dirty right now. So I'm going to go ahead and use this lip brush that I have. I know it's silly, but stay tuned. So I'm going to go ahead and use a dark brown eyeshadow. Now make sure it's matte, not shimmer, because what we're going to be doing is drawing on a couple of freckles here. So we want something that's dark, but able to put bronzer on top so it blends and it looks like they're real freckles rather than just dots on your face. So with that being said, I go ahead with the very, very tip of the brush and I just lightly dab it into the shadow. And then I just start making freckles as I go. So I know it looks silly right now because it looks like I got a bunch of spots, but we're gonna go back with bronzer and even it out. So the one thing to remember when you do freckles is where the sun hits. So you're gonna wanna do it here, along the nose, and then along the cheeks. Now some people who are very freckly in real life has some down here, and as I said, up here. So you can do that, but I personally think it looks more natural if you just keep it kind of more in this triangle area. So that's what I personally do. So anyways, I just draw on a couple dots here. And remember that it doesn't have to be the exact same shape. Freckles are different. So you'll have one big freckle, one tiny, tiny one, that kind of thing. So just keep that in mind when you're doing this. And then I'm dipping it in the eyeshadow just a tiny, tiny bit more. And then I'm going to start on my cheeks. Got a couple different mirrors here, so sorry I'm looking at here and then up there. Now, honestly, this is all you need if you just want a simple freckly look. So go ahead and do that. Keep it the way it is. And then what I go ahead and do is I'm using the MAC bronzer in Harmony. It's a blush, but it's a bronzer for me since I'm so pale. So anyways, I'm just taking a very loose, fluffy brush. I can't even talk. Okay. Anyway, so I'm using the BH Cosmetics loose brush in 125 and I'm just dabbing it in here. So I don't want a whole lot of product on the brush because since I'm going to be going back and forth here and I don't want to be orange. So what I do is I just get a little bit, shake it out, and then go ahead and start putting the bronzer on. Now when you put the bronzer on, I like to dab it so that way it kind of makes the freckles look a little bit more natural than it does. So dabbing it's better because if you don't dab it, you're just going to smear the dark brown and you're going to look like a poopy face. So I won't recommend that. So go ahead and just keep patting lightly where the freckles are. And then since you're already bronzing, might as well just put a little bit right here underneath your cheeks. A little bit up here. Nice little simple contour thing going on here. Okay, so after the bronzer on, almost done, honestly. So now we're just going to move on to eyes and lips. So what I do is put an eye primer on. You can use Urban Decay Primer Potion. I love that because it stays for hours. Since I'm doing a demo, I'm not going to use it this time. So what I'm going to recommend is you want really bright eyes with this complexion with that little glow going on. So I usually like to use a white shimmer just so it brightens up my eyes because my eyes are just kind of big already. So I like to go ahead and do that. So you can use any shade you want. If you wanted to use a light pink shade or just a clear, you know, as I said, like an illuminating color, just anything that's frosty and light so that way it kind of brightens it up. So this is really simple and that's why I'm using this. So you guys, this is so simple. So you don't have to dip the brush and do it and blah, blah, blah. You just put your lid back and then go to town. And then once you know it's on there, go ahead and blend it out. And then go ahead and do the other side. And then you blend that one out. Okay, so you're nice and bright-eyed. I'm really sorry for the lighting in here. It's really bad, and it's almost 5 o'clock, and the sun's gone, so I should have done this earlier. Anyways, okay, so now, bon appetit, here we go. So, lashes. I use primer. Primer is going to be an undercoat for your lashes, making them extend longer, so when you put your mascara on, it makes your lashes longer as well. Since I'm doing a demo and you guys don't have time, just grab a mascara, your favorite one, and then start putting it on. The one I'm using is Grandiose by Lancome, and I'm obsessed with it. Doesn't mean you have to use it. Just get the one that you like the most and just use that mascara. You could also just put fake lashes on, but personally, in my opinion, it's very time consuming, so. Okay, so then there we go. So there's a little mascara. And then since you guys are busy as well, what I did for my lips for the natural look is I used Sandy B from MAC. And I used this first on top and then gloss. If you are so busy that you just can't and you need to grab it and go, just get a plain lip gloss. And then that way you just have okay, glossy lip, and it's done. Whoop, whoop. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you really liked it, I know it's my first one and it's really simple, but if you like it, please follow my channel and I will make some more. Thank you.